Habari gani? Ujima habari gani? Ujima. Welcome to Andrea Imani's CyberCelebration of Kwanzaa. Thank you so much for joining me on this third day of Kwanzaa, where we're celebrating Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. As you can see, we've lit the Kanara, and our first candle was for Umoja, the first day, unity. Second candle for Kujichagulia, which is about self-determination. And the third candle is the green candle as we alternate back and forth between the red and the green. And it is again for Ujima, collective work and responsibility. I want to thank you all for being patient with me. This video is coming pretty late in the evening, but sometimes I'm able to take the reflections that I've had during the day and share with the video. So it's not all bad that it's coming to you late. But Ujima, collective work and responsibility, is to build and maintain our community together, to make our sisters and brothers' problems our problems, and to solve them together. We must work together and help each other. We must take responsibility for our problems and the problems of those around us and help each other solve those problems. So immediately I was thinking about songs. Of course, you know I do that. So I thought about Bill Withers' Lean on Me. Lean on me when you're not strong. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. And the words of that song were really good. I also want to remind folks to check out the Kwanzaa Culinarians. They did an excellent soundtrack. And that was one of the songs that they offered for Ujima, and I think it's perfect. So do check that out. But also, when I was thinking about Ujima, I was remembering church this past Sunday where the pastor was talking about how back in the day, people were comfortable with others in their community and helping to raise their children. You know, the old saying that it takes a village to raise children. And so, you know, people were okay with folks disciplining their children. If your child got out of line, they would get a message, a lesson, maybe a whooping from the neighbor, and then they would send you home and you get a whooping again. But people felt okay with that because you were helping to build them. You were helping to show them this is not the way you do things in our community. This is not right. But I will help you when your parent is not there. They can lean on me to help discipline. That's one example. We're a little different these days. We don't necessarily want anybody else touching our children. And, you know, that's fair. We've seen a lot of issues in the news where, you know, people are doing harmful things to other people's children, which is one thing that we need to be fighting, but that's another story. But I thought about, it reminded me of a time when my brother was saying that someone, a little boy, hit their car with a rock, and my little niece was in the car, and they stopped the car, and instead of, you know, being irate and wanting to, you know, go off on him, they stopped the car and, you know, had a talk with him and said, that is very dangerous. You could have really hurt somebody. And I said, you know, to my brother, I said, you can't do that. You can't talk like that to people's kids. But he said it's important that they know right then and there the damage that could have been done and that there's something better. And they had a talk with him. What I remember is he said to him, you know better and you can do better. And I'm sure that the young man, you know, took something away from that. You know, it wasn't just reprimand, but it was also, you can do better. You know better. I'm sure you're inherently better than that. So perform that way. Act better. Obviously, there are other ways that we work together to take care of each other's problems and help to solve them. I thought about the case of Troy Davis, where we banded together and fought for, you know, more investigation into this injustice. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we can't give up. We cannot give up. We've done it in other cases. We fought together protesting different injustices. Even the Occupy movement, you know, is a situation where people are saying, these are problems with our economy, these are problems with our world, and we need each other. We need to work together and take responsibility on for all of us. So, help me by commenting and sharing other ways that folks are working together to make a better world. I guess lastly, I want to say that I don't want us to be reactionary only with Ujima. While the definition talks about solving each other's problems, I also think that Ujima is important for just collectively building a great community in a great world, a great nation state for African American people, where we are focused on the building of institutions, businesses, educational institutions, organizations, where we are just doing the right thing up front and making a better world for ourselves. So it's not always reactionary, and I hope that we will take that into account as we are celebrating Kwanzaa and thinking about how the Nguzu Saba can be incorporated into our daily lives. That's what we're doing here with the Cyber Celebration. So thanks again. Please retweet your comments. Let me know how Ujima is factored into your life. I want to give a shout out to my sister Aine, who she makes me think of collective work and responsibility. She is always looking out for her fellow man, not always African Americans, because she's just a humanitarian in general, but often it is for the betterment of Black people, and I want to give her a shout out because she really made me think about this today. Thank you so much for joining me, and feel free to pass this on. Take care. Bye-bye.